how are we all doing? This video is coming to you on the same day that I'm recording this, so I'm going to try and get this turned around very, very quickly. But this idea came to me at 4 AM today when I was just waking up from jet lag after 12 hours of sleep and a 36-hour traveling day. So if you don't follow me on Instagram already, then you may not know that I had to come back from Australia 2 days early. I just wanted to let you know that any future trips at the moment has now been put on hold and has been postponed given the current climate. So I will be making my way through a backlog of travel content that I filmed in previous months. So if you see anything from Dominica, from Australia, from London, know that this was filmed previously and it's not a reflection of my current state. Currently, I'm going to be in London and at home for the next few weeks, few months, none of us knows. And I want to make the best use of the time that I am here and also take this opportunity to learn new skills, to enhance existing ones, and to connect with more of you at home. That doesn't involve me traveling around the world. So we're kind of like getting to know each other on another level. And many of you may already know this or you may not. My friends definitely in real life will know this, is that I live for DMCs. And for anyone who doesn't know what DMC stands for, deep, meaningful conversations. I'm really good at small talk and I do welcome it to a degree, but what gets me going are questions that are beyond surface levels and questions where you really truly get to know somebody, which I know usually takes a while to like get into because you can't just jump into someone you've just met and be like, so what do you think your purpose in life is? You know, it's a bit much, but I just feel like this would be such a good opportunity to maybe like have a glass of wine or like, actually speaking, I should probably get myself, should I get a glass of wine? Maybe, or like a mug of green tea or just a beverage of your choice and sit back and relax and join in with these 3 questions. One of the things that I have read and admired for quite a few years now is a scientific experiment that enlisted 36 questions that allow strangers to fall in love. Always love those questions. I've still yet to do them with somebody on a date. It's not just designed for strangers to fall in love, and actually these questions do also help to enhance closeness and intimacy with family members, with friends. I would love, love, love for all of you, or for some of you, if you feel comfortable to join in by answering your version of the question. So you can either join in by commenting on the YouTube video and then I'll screenshot your comment and add it to the next video. Or you can also send me a video response via stories, email, DM me your questions, and you can let me know as well if you want to be anonymous, and then I will take your username off. But otherwise, I'm going to keep everyone's like usernames in and everything, so you can all like chat to each other. I would love that. I know that after speaking to quite a few of you on Instagram DMs and just kind of speaking to you generally over the past few months and a few years, that a lot of us do suffer from anxiety. And given the situation and the seriousness of what is currently happening, a lot of people I know and love who are suffering from mental health illnesses and issues are really struggling right now with having to self-isolate and having to work from home. A lot of people really love being able to go outdoors, being able to connect with nature, being able to connect with other people, and I know that cutting that connection off so suddenly really has a huge effect on how you may be feeling. That's kind of like how this idea first came about, when I was just thinking about the effects that this may have on other people and kind of the ways of me using my platform for good. Like, that's something that I really, really want to be able to do more of, is to be able to utilize this voice and the small platform that I have. I know that it isn't, you know, a huge platform of millions of people, but even if it reaches like 1 or 2 people and it has a positive effect, that's already going to be way more than enough to me. And I just feel like I really want to do some good and to use this really dark time to shed some light and positivity in any way, shape or form that I can. One rule, however, if you are doing a video response or if you're watching it, I would love for us to be in pajamas, in your favorite jammies or your loungewear. 1, why not? 2, I always feel like the best conversations always start with pajamas. Number 3, I don't want people to feel like they have to dress up for one another and to impress each other. I want people to know that this is a safe and open and comfortable space where people can come in their jammies and loungewear and just get to know one another, get to fully be themselves and to enjoy the environment that they are in. So that's the premise of this new video series, to make new connections, form new friendships, enhance existing ones, and to help each other through these dark times with some positivity and some lightness by getting to know one another. So anyway, let's go on to today's questions. Okay, so the first one is If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? This one is a very, very easy one for me. I would, love to look like I'm still 30, but by the time I'm 90, have all of that life knowledge and experience. I would sound extra wise, but I won't look like I've got 90 years worth of knowledge in me. That would be pretty sweet. And also I would then be like, these are the lessons that I've learned when I was 67 and So yes, that one. What about you? Let me know in the comments below or send me a video response. Second question, let's see. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? I feel like my answer should be a lot more complicated, a lot more like, oh yeah, that's a good choice, that's a good choice. But honestly, number one would always have to be J.K. Rowling, because she is a childhood hero of mine. She has helped me through so many moments of my childhood where I really, really needed some lightness and escapism, and I love her so much that I also have All Was Well tattooed on the crook of my arm. And yeah, I know I never like go into detail about it, but my childhood was pretty rough. It was not a fun time in my life, and I really relied on Harry Potter to really take me through and escape from those moments of my life. And I know that those things happen to build the person that we are now, and I love that I am independent and I'm strong and resilient to a lot of things because of what happened in childhood. But yes, that's digressing. I'm going on a complete tangent, but J.K. Rowling. So one, I can thank her for everything that she helped me with. I would love to just ask her so many questions about every single part of the books and the characters. I just really want to know what she's like and what she would eat. Like, imagine going for dim sum with J.K. Rowling. Like, imagine me teaching her how to eat a soup dumpling, or me being like, would you like some chicken feet, JK? Or would you like to share this wonton noodle soup with me? Or it would be Lana Condor, because again, I really, really love her. I love what she is doing. I love what she stands for. I love that she loves food, her personality, everything that she is and embodies. Just think she is seems like a great person from the interviews I've seen. Shay Mitchell, Chrissy Teigen, amazing women. So they are my few choices of dinner guests. Who's your number one dinner guest that you would love to have dinner with? Third and final one, I think is very apt to not only start off this series, but also to talk about given everything that's happening right now. Tell me 3 things that happened in the last week that you're thankful for. One thing that's happened is that I was able to visit Australia for the first time. Although it was a short and sweet visit, the fact that I could even get to see a little bit of Australia, get to meet the local people and get to find out more about the local culture seems like such a blessing. It just fills me with so much joy just even thinking about the hospitality, the warmth of the people there, and it just makes me really excited to be able to go back to Australia and to see more of Sydney and to see more of New South Wales and other regions. Second, that I'm really truly grateful for is to be able to return home to such a wonderful support system of my family and friends, and I know that it's already such a privilege to be able to be surrounded by so many wonderful people and people who express their concern and want to express their love when we were caught up traveling and everything, and they just wanted to make sure that I was coming home okay and safe and well. And I know that is such a privilege to be able to have so much warmth and love in my life. So that I'm really grateful for, not only in the past week but also forever. And the third thing that I'm grateful for is the welcome back and the outpour of love from all of you guys. I know that's so cheesy, and I'm like, oh, why am I always so cheesy? But honestly, if you wanted to know more about what happened yesterday when I finally got home, then head over to my Instagram. But basically, I just had 2 instances of a not so welcome home back yesterday, and I kind of shared that experience on Instagram, because as much as I love to share the positivity of what's going on in my life through travel and through an everyday lifestyle, I do think I'm a very, very optimistic and happy person, and I love to share those moments of joy with you because it just feels like I'm sharing it with all of my loved ones, and I just think there's enough in the world that's dark for me to focus on that. I want to focus on the good, but I also firmly believe that I don't ever want to have a highlight reel of my life online either, and I think it's important to speak up about issues that are happening, issues that we are all a part of and we should be responsible for and to learn more about. So yeah, I shared that experience online yesterday, and it wasn't that, it was oh, I'm so upset, please like make me feel better kind of thing. It was just more like, this kind of stuff is still happening. It's going to probably be happening even more over the next few months, with prejudice and racist attacks and things like that. And whether it was intentional or unintentional, I just think it's important to talk about these experiences so people are aware of this happening, and hopefully if they ever either experience it, hopefully not themselves, or they see it happening to other people, then they're aware of that situation or call that behaviour out so people can learn from it and not do it again. So long story short, I posted that on Instagram, and I was just met with so much love from all of you. Like, you guys will welcome me home. It just floors me, you know, like making videos on the internet from my bedroom and being able to speak to so many friends from around the world who take the time to not only watch these videos but to express their own experiences with me, to have these conversations with me, to take the time to write these messages and to share their love. Like, it means so much. So I'm really, really grateful to have this platform, and I'm grateful that you guys have given me this platform, and that is why I'm going to end it on a note of why I really want to use this platform to do some greater good and to give back to the community and to all of you, because you definitely give me a lot of your time and I would love to do more with it. So whether or not this series is going to be popular in terms of like statistics and views and stuff, that's another thing, because this isn't for that. This isn't for YouTube or for the numbers or the views. This is fundamentally about creating and enhancing human connection through the power of video and social media. We see so many fear-mongering, scary things on the internet, and I feel like if we all are in a position to help one another out, we should definitely be doing that and more of that. And if it means that I can sit in my jammies and answer these 3 questions to get to know you on a more intimate and personal scale, then I would absolutely love that. And I invite you to join this conversation with me, whether you want to contribute by commenting on YouTube, commenting on Instagram stories, sending me a video response, an email, anything like that, let me know, and I would love to include it in my future videos. And if you also know that anyone else in your community who may be also feeling the effects of self-isolation or feeling the effects of having to be at home a lot more and not having as much, you know, interaction, then please send them this video as well and invite them to join in with the conversation and get to know one another. I'm thinking of even doing like a few live streams, maybe like once a week, so like a special episode instead of doing an edit. Maybe we can just all like come in pajamas and watch a live stream of me answering a few questions and more questions in more detail or something. But let me know if you want to see a live stream of that as well. Hey, thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the pajamas. I hope you enjoyed this new idea of a video series. And I really, really look forward to seeing your answers to the 3 questions, which I'll recap very quickly, which is: if you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? Number 2, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? And number 3, tell me 3 things that happened in the last week that you're thankful for. So those are the 3 questions for this video, and I'm going to be sharing your answers in the next one. But for now, I hope you are all having a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening. I love you all so, so very much. Please keep yourself safe, wash your hands, stay indoors, and don't be a risk to yourself, your loved ones or others of the general public. And yes, I love you all very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.